So this evening after work, I want to get some of these boards that are just laying around. I want to get them finished milled up. So there is what's part of what's left over off of 4x6s that I just milled. I just delivered those a few minutes ago. Here's some cottonwood that I milled a couple weeks ago. We wanted 3" by 12", and this is what I have left off of that. Got 3. There's a 4th one. I got one more hanging that I threw over here. There's a lot of lumber left in it that I just want to use up. I don't want to waste all of that, and I definitely don't need that for firewood. I can get some 1" thick siding pieces out of there, some pretty nice ones, I think. So that's what I'm going to go for out of those. And this is going to be, it's 3.5" by 3.5" with that wane edge. And I am shooting for, I'm going to see if I can get a 2 by 3.5 out of it. See what that yields. So here's what I got out of that first piece. 3.5", 2" thick, 3.5" wide, 1" thick, and obviously it's not 3.5 inches wide all the way, but get my tape measure out. So I can make it 8 feet, and I just barely get into the wane. 10 feet, and that's not that bad. This is definitely going to be a usable piece of wood. 12 feet, got that much wane. It's not even an inch. So that is a perfectly good piece of wood. Right there. Okay. Go to the 1" board, and my brother is looking for 1" thick, 2 inches wide, and I can get him. Let's just spin the tape this way. Let's go to the other side so I can get a good. So he's looking for 2 inches. Still got 2 inches there, easy. Still got 2 inches there. Right about there is where I'm going to say 2 inches. That's 10 foot. It's right there, and that's easily 2 inches. Just keep it right there. So see, easily. So that'll be a piece I can give to him, and he can use it for his trim, rather than just burning it as firewood. All right. So I've already got the first piece of cottonwood loaded on there. I'm going to cut that 1" thick, and I'm going to see what kind of a board I can get out of that. Okay, here's the first board off of that wood. Get the it's still pretty wet, and the blade should probably get changed out on it. But it's a nice cottonwood board. Beautiful siding. It's 8 foot long, and it has a little bit of bark on the wane, is what I call it, left on the one side. But let's take a measurement on that. 10" board. I can definitely get a 1" by 10" board out of that. Right there. And I have somebody who's wanting 300 square feet, at least 300. He wants to start out with 300 square feet of cottonwood board, which will pretty much wipe out all of my stuff that I have that is dry. So this will go in, I'll stack it up, and I'll let it start drying. By this time next year, it'll be dry and ready to go. I'm pretty much giving up all of my, if I do give him that, I'll pretty much give up all the siding for my chicken coop. So I definitely need to have more. I need to get more milled up. So this board right here, I can get easy get 8 inches out of it, and especially if it's for siding for my chicken coop, I don't care. Get 8 inches, and it's 8 foot long. So I'm happy with that. That's just out of one of those. I still have 3 more to go. Let's see what happens. So that one gave me, the next one gave me a 1 inch by, I figure I can get 8 inches out of this one pretty easy. Almost 10 inches. Gets a little bit narrower right here, so 9.5 inches. 1 inch, and it's 8 foot long again. It's a really nice board. Another nice piece of siding right there. Very nice. All right, so I'm pretty sure that this piece is going to yield nothing. That piece will yield nothing, but I still have that one. Will probably yield nothing. In fact, I know that one's a nothing. I still have that one, and as long as that one over there isn't really twisted, I can get some stuff out of it too. I think one of them was really twisted though, but let's see. Okay, here's the next one. I got 2 boards out of this one, both 1 inch thick. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful board right there. So at this end, it's a foot wide. You can carry that foot about 4 feet. At 4 feet, you just barely start getting into the wane. It'd make a really beautiful shelf or something, but I'm still going to use it for siding. I'm definitely going to let it dry before I cut it into the siding piece, but at the thinnest part, I can almost get a 10-inch board out of that. I can definitely get an 8 if I decided to go 8, but 9. If it's my chicken coop, I'll do a 9-inch board because I don't care if they're all exactly the same width. If it's going to be on my chicken coop, I just want to get the side on, and I don't want to waste anything. So I can definitely get at least 9.5 inch out of that. All right, so the next board off of that slab is right here. 1 inch thick and 8 inches wide, all the way down. No bark on it. I trimmed both sides. I trimmed the bark off of both sides just because there was bark on both sides. So I wanted to trim it down. I got 8 inches out of there just fine. I'm going to try that one next. I don't know that I'll get anything out of it, but I hope I will. So that board didn't really yield anything of any good use. It was warped. I kind of knew when I started it wasn't going to do a whole lot, but I did get, it's what I would say 3/4 of an inch. It goes, because it's warped on both ends, just a little bit over 3/4 of an inch. Come down here a little ways, and it's just a little bit over an inch. And then you come all the way down to the end and it's about 1/2 inch. So yeah, I mean, I knew it wouldn't be anything of great consequence, but it's about, I can get a good, almost, you know, I'd use it on my chicken coop for siding, 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch, wouldn't matter. And it's about 6 foot long. I still get a good board out of it. And if you go 6 foot long on the other side, you see you still have bark. So I'd have to mill it down again. And for me, in my opinion, right now it'll go into the pile, but it'll be on the top of the pile with the note that it's really pretty much worthless unless it fits a very particular need. I won't throw it away quite yet. It's got to dry out before I can burn it anyway, so they don't really matter. It'll be on top of the stack to help add weight to keep all the other boards straight anyway. So even though this piece looks like it's really thick on this end, there's nothing good coming out of it. It's all cracked. If I tried to cut a board out of it, it'd just crack and break and it would be no good. That one right there on the ground's no good. I still have to look at, and this one is worthless too, because once you get down here about 5 feet, it just goes to nothing. It's a just nothing board. So that is about all I'm going to get out of those pieces of scrap that I threw off to the side. I just need to get these moved out of my way. And the next time I mill, I'll start milling these spruce logs. Unless somebody comes and asks me for something really specific. But those will make some really nice 4x4s, 2x4s, maybe even a 6x6 right there. That's definitely, I can make a 6x6 out of that, no problem. 4x6, whatever I need for my chicken coop, that's what these are going to be for. Alright, quite a few logs to trim up. So I know that's really not a milling video. I have to sit down at my computer to use my other camera, and it just doesn't seem to happen anymore. I hate sitting at that computer because I'm always thinking of all the other stuff I need to get done. It snowed this morning, so that's what spurred me getting this done tonight. I thought I'd make a quick video along the way, just so you kind of see what I was up to. That's kind of what my channel is supposed to be about anyway, is what I'm up to. Some people like the sawmilling videos, some people don't. As soon as there's snow on the ground, you'll see a lot more videos that I edited on the computer with footage that I filmed over the last 3 months. But for right now, I'm sorry. This just kind of has to do. I have a lot to do. I'm so far behind. Life is just passing me by. Oh my goodness. I still have a big old pile I'm looking at right now. Flip the camera around, I'll show you. I have all of those birch logs that I need to get on the sawmill and milled up. And made into 4x6s for, pretty much most of them will be 4x6s, 4x4s for raised beds. That's what I figured the best use of them is so far. I got those to mill up. I have another stack of logs on the other side of that. I'll go show you those really quick. That stack is a mix of everything. Quite a bit of cottonwood, a few of my larger birch that I threw off to the side, but a lot of it's cottonwood. And that will all be siding for my chicken coop again now. But there's a couple other people who are building cabins, and they say they'll use that for siding. One person's going to use it for a sauna, but I've got You know, I've got a pile. Nothing goes to waste. A few birch. All of these ones with the mushrooms growing out, those are birch. And they look rotten, but you mill those up and they're still beautiful on the inside. Those are some pretty good sized cottonwood logs right there. My tractor barely picked them up, but at that point they were green. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to milling those up eventually and getting a bunch of siding out of them. Yes, yep, like I said, it just piles up. Too much stuff to do, so better quit yakking and get to doing. There's another stack of logs right there. I need to get milled up. And that's just my slab pile. I'll get those cut up into firewood here pretty soon before that pile gets too big. Then I have all of those logs right there that need to get milled up. So I've got logs, I got work everywhere for myself. I need those gone so that I can extend my garden area. Need all my scrap metal here that I've piled up here. I need that gone so that I can extend my garden area. Work everywhere. Everywhere I look is more work. So all in all, that wasn't too bad. I got some pretty good pieces of siding, 1 inch thick out of there. I got 5 of those, and I got one piece that's really questionable. And then spruce, I got 3.5 inch by 2 inch and 3.5 inch by 1 inch. So that wasn't too bad. And the spruce is 12 foot long, and the cottonwood is about 8 foot long, a little bit over 8 foot. The spruce is also a fairly nice sized spruce tree that I cut into 3.5 by 6, and I got 4 of them out of that log. So that's a pretty good sized log to get that out of it, at least for me. I don't get those logs very often, so that worked out really well. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, whatever time of the day it is that you're watching this video. Thank you for watching Not So Remote Alaska, and may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out.